Welcome to the Lady Entrepreneur Show, Businesswoman with a Purpose. My name is Shannon, and what we do on Lady Entrepreneur is we strive to help female entrepreneurs uplift themselves and support them on their journey. Joining me today will be Stacy Savary, best-selling author of The Perfect Storm. Okay, so Stacy, thank you for joining us today. I want to say first of all, and I'll be honest with you, I read your book. It was a great read, but I had no clue what endometriosis was. Okay, so before I ask you about yourself, for anybody who's watching, I'm just going to read exactly what it is from online Google for them, okay? So endometriosis is an often painful disorder in which tissue similar to the tissue that normally lines the inside of your uterus, the endometrium, grows outside of your uterus. Endometriosis most commonly involves your ovaries, fallopian tubes, and the tissue lining your pelvis. Okay, that was very new to me when I found out about it. So can you just start off by telling us a little bit about yourself, Stacy, and your book?
Okay, well, thank you, Shannon, from Lady Entrepreneur, for having me. It's such a delight. And I'm finally happy that we're able to get this again to do this. I'm excited. Yes, so a little bit about myself. I am an author. I became an author during the pandemic. My profession and background is in social work and community work. I'm serving my community in the local Toronto, Ontario, Canada area, and primarily to Black women and also sexual health and healthcare and advocacy, right? So my work and what I do in the community stemmed in to just my cause and my passion to share about Black women's health and what are some of the things that Black women are that's happening behind the scenes that Black women are suffering silence. And it's so funny that as I'm advocating for other women's rights, I was suffering silence in my own. So the book comes out of me coming out and basically coming out and saying, you know what, I'm 1 in 10, and with endometriosis, and also for women who have fibroids and cysts and different type of reproductive disorders, that they're not alone, right? So for me, like I said, my background is very community and service oriented, and I've always been a part to help others. But it came to a point in my life where I literally had to stop everything because I became ill, and I had to seek out the help of different organizations, different places, for me to get the best care and healthcare that I need in Canada.
Okay, thank you. So before I move on to the next question, it was just something you said. Now, I know us as Black women, we find it very difficult to speak about our feelings, our emotions, anything that's going on around us, really. Did you,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't want to say by choice, right? It is not the right word, but did you feel that you needed to only support others instead of taking care of yourself? Or was it just the fact that you didn't actually know this was going on with you to begin with?
Right. And actually, that's both. So, first and foremost, like I said, in the community, I was called to serve, whether it be in the schools, in organizations, in the churches, through ministry. I served, I showed up, right? But then it came to a point where I became burnt out. And I also developed symptoms of hemorrhaging and bleeding and nausea and fatigue, passing out, fainting, low iron, anemic. The reason why I'm telling these symptoms is because women who, as women of color, as Black women, we may not think that that's nothing. Again, our mothers and our grandmothers had those type of symptoms, but they still ended up to go to work and they showed up, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you're correct. It's when I found out that I couldn't do the normal things that I love to do which is service and volunteering, and even traveling. I used to take young people across to Mexico and Africa and do mission trips and those type of things. When I realized I couldn't physically do that anymore, that's why I said that this time. Right? Unfortunately, it took me between 7 to 10 years in Canada to find out, because I was passed on to different doctors,
Yeah.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
the main thing that they said was, oh well, all Black women or some of the Black women I know, that's normal. If you have a fibroid, it says, oh, it's nothing, but it grew and it grew. And I eventually ended up having emergency surgery. So that's what my book is about. My book is about my life before, during, and after that emergency surgery, where basically it saved my life, but I almost died. Like, I'm a walking miracle, right?
Yeah, you definitely are. So what made you decide to write the book? What prompted you to do that?
Well, again, during the COVID season and during the lockdown, I just came back to a sense of what was I passionate about, what did I love. I love journaling. The book
Okay.
is comprised of 7 journals during the time where I had to move during COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and I picked specific stories to create a timeline that can show people my life again, how I was just living like a normal life. But I was basically stopped dead in my tracks with the emergency surgery, October 29th, 2017, was from my recovery to now. So it's October 29th will be my 4-year anniversary. And
Okay.
the reason why I wrote the book is to show people that yes, you can overcome, you can still live your best life and
Mm-hmm.
thrive with endometriosis.
Nice. So do you have any regrets after writing the book, or this is, this was something that was meant to be? This is the journey you're supposed to be on.
Right. And I felt a sense of just accomplishment, a sense of relief and release.
Mm-hmm.
There's some very personal things that I wrote in the book that, that yes, that I've had to talk about in therapy and different things, and it was definitely been a healing process. I want to share with everybody that if you think that, I know people, there's different ways that you can heal through
Mm-hmm.
art, through therapy, writing, through painting. But writing for me became that ultimate release where I was able to let go of the things of the past and move forward towards my destiny.
That's awesome. I know another therapy could be music. I know a lot of people that turn to
Mhm.
music as their therapy or hot yoga, but you
Yeah,
chose to use your words and what God has given you, your talent, right? N
definitely.
Not only to tell your story, but to become a best-selling author along with that. That's quite an accomplishment, and I salute you for that. And
Thank
I hope this inspired other writers, other little girls growing up, not to keep secrets from themselves, well, not from themselves, but not to keep secrets. And there's always somebody out there willing to listen to you and hear your story. Now,
Right.
do you have any advice for any upcoming authors, or any other entrepreneurs who are actually thinking of writing a book? How did you actually get started in your marketing process to get it out there?
Right. So I would say to anyone who's attempting to write a book, you really have to look at the timeline of your life, right? Because people would say, "Oh, I'm just writing a book, or I'm doing this on as a side business,
Mm-hmm.
or it's part time," but it really is a full time gig. Whatever you put into it is what you're going
What
to
you're going to
get.
get out.
And because I, at that time during COVID, everything was on hold and my other jobs and other things were on hold, I had the time to put into it and get it done before a specific time for a launch that happened last year, October, right? But because
Mm-hmm.
of the COVID, we actually had to leave town and go into Niagara Falls, right?
Okay.
But you know what, that just shows the tenacity and the perseverance of my publisher, who believed in us. She took about 10 of us up to Niagara Falls, and we had a book launch overlooking Niagara
Yeah,
Falls,
I remember
Etobicoke,
seeing that on social
in
media.
right over the falls. And you know what? That made me say, you know what? Despite everything, you really have to push forward. In terms of the marketing, I was a part of a social media. I'm a social media like influencer, social
Okay.
media on junkie in terms of Instagram and Facebook. So I have my 5,000 friends. I have my 3,000 on Instagram. So I really push my market in terms
Mm-hmm.
of pre-sales. And a lot of people don't know, if you want to become a best-selling author, you really have to set yourself up for success by allowing people to purchase to pre-sales and purchase your book ahead of time, right? So that when it opens upon Amazon and on Kindle, that they're able to buy it, and that's how you become a best-selling author. So it really is key. Those 24 to 48 hours of launching is when you need that mass um, distribution, that mass like message to go out there. It's like, hey, everybody, I need you to buy this book within this time frame.
Okay, you know what, I didn't even think about that myself, and I guess because I haven't really written a book myself, I wouldn't think of that, but that's good to know. So if you could maybe share one more tip or advice you think any entrepreneur would need to start their journey or continue on their journey.
Right. Just in terms of for me, as an entrepreneur and a lady entrepreneur, I want to make sure that I'm also taking care of my best self, that I'm taking care, that I'm using time for self-care, that I don't burn out, whether it be booking a cottage away, a weekend away, or going away and spending some time with my family. In terms of because I'm an overachiever, so I
Mm-hmm.
can work, I can work. And like you, Shannon, you're also a boss lady, boss babe who's moving, a boss mom, and you're
Thank you.
doing you're doing it with the baby on you, right? So you know that
Yeah.
it's great to be able to show up and to do these things and and show up as our best self. But I want to give a tip that what we really during this time have seen that we can actually work smarter. We can work from home. We can
Mm-hmm.
set that time to be with our family, and we can set that time to have rest and breaks. So I want to just encourage you to pencil in that time for you while
Mm-hmm.
you're building your business, your brand, and you're moving towards your destiny.
It's funny you bring that up because I would say throughout the whole pandemic, like that is probably one thing everybody has learned.
Yeah,
Mental health, self-care, take some
right,
time out for yourself. Like I know I've read a lot of books where in it says you take that 5 minutes, 15 minutes a day and just meditate for yourself. Go to a
exactly,
quiet zone, don't think about anything, and take care of yourself. That's the most important thing. I always say if you don't take care of yourself first, then who else is going to take care of you, right? So
right,
that's a really awesome tip. And being being self-employed, we can also forget very often and very quickly that we need to take care of ourselves. So
right.
thank you for sharing that. Can you just let everybody know how they can get a hold of you if they wanted to get a book or just book you for any further appearances?
Okay, well, if you're in the local Toronto, Ontario, Canada area, you
Mm-hmm.
could contact me on Destiny_Savary on Instagram or Facebook, Destiny Savary. And if you're on Amazon, you can just Google The Perfect Storm, Navigating the Storms of Life in Messy Waters, and it will come up. Or my name, Stacy Savary. I'm also creating these care packages this season on a portion of my beautiful. So my book is also in there. So a portion,
Beautiful.
I call them comfort packages for those who are going through a perfect storm. I don't know about you, Shannon, but I receive people would send me packages or order stuff from me on Amazon, and I would just wait. I would be so excited when I get it, and I go to the mailbox or I go outside and I get it, and something will come for me, and I just want to keep that momentum
Yeah.
of caring and loving and supporting our community. So I have my book and a comfort package, and a portion of that is going to children who are motherless or fatherless in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm providing, sending toys and gifts and clothes and food to children in Trinidad and Tobago this Christmas. So
Okay.
thank you so much.
So if anybody wanted to donate, they just reach out to you again as well if they wanted to, or they can purchase a gift basket, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, I want to say thank you for joining us today, Stacy. Please, everyone, reach out on Amazon or reach her directly to get your copy of The Perfect Storm. If you would also like to be interviewed on the Lady Entrepreneur Show, or you would like to sponsor a segment, please reach me directly on Instagram at RealLadyENT, or send us an email at info@ladyentrepreneur.ca. Stay tuned. You can check out below for the direct link to get onto Amazon or reach Stacy directly on Facebook or Instagram. Again, thank you, and we will see you again.
Thank you. Bye.